What's going on, sci-fi fans? Mike with Iceberg Gaming here. Today we're checking out Stargate Timekeepers. If you aren't aware, Stargate is one of the major sci-fi franchises. I consider right up there with, below, but up there with Star Trek and Star Wars. You know, the stars, the three stars, as it were. That's what I call them anyway. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me that Stargate is up there, but I consider it a great sci-fi franchise. It has, the first original movie was not very good, but it spawned off 3 very, very good TV shows and a few other less good movies along the way. So what is Stargate Timekeepers? Well, according to the developer, Slytherin, who is also the publisher, thank you to Slytherin, by the way, for sending me over a key to the game to check it out. Stargate Timekeepers is a real-time tactics game where you lead a team of specialists through a story-driven campaign set in the SG-1 universe. Sneak your characters behind enemy lines, use their unique skills, craft the perfect plan to unravel a time loop mystery and defeat the Goa'uld threat. So this is a strategy game. It's a bit of a stealth game. In my opinion, the gameplay is similar to Desperados. If anyone has played that, it's not really something I play a lot of, but it's pretty cool. I enjoy it a little bit from time to time. So if you're a stealth game fan or you are a fan of the Stargate Universe, this is definitely a game for you. Right now the game has 7 missions, or episodes as they call them, which took me about an hour each, the ones that I've played. And then there are 7 more episodes coming in a free update later in the year. I think they said in the spring, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So about 14 hours of gameplay, and the current price is $29.99. So that's a little light, in my opinion. There is a little bit of a replay value in that you can go back through the episodes without having to replay the whole campaign. But I generally like to get around at least an hour per dollar. So that's a little bit light, in my opinion. Another big complaint that I have right off the bat is that Slytherin has their own launcher attached to this game, and I just can't stand these companies all putting their own launcher in games. This is getting out of hand, everyone. Any game developers out there that see this, please stop with the launchers. Nobody wants them. They're terrible. Anyways, sorry about that. I just had to get that rant out there. Anyways, with that being said, this is, in my opinion, a bit of a cinematic, episodic stealth game. I'm enjoying the story. I think it's a good story, good Stargate story. The characters are pretty good. The voice acting is a bit of a mixed bag. Some of them are very good, some of them are less good, but in general, it's good. The graphics are decent. In the cinematics, it feels like there should be a little more going on in the cinematics. It doesn't feel like the screen is populated enough, like in the opening cinematic that goes through the Battle of Antarctica. It seems like there should be more aircraft flying around and fighting and stuff like that. It just feels like the screen is a little too empty in the cinematics. But other than that, they're pretty good. I think the little recaps before and after each mission are fantastic. I really like the little screen between each mission that gives you a bit of like a recap and a summary of the next mission. It's very episodic. It feels like you're getting like a mission briefing, like from an actual SG command or something like that. So I'm a fan of that as well. Now this could just be because I don't play a lot of stealth games, so maybe I'm not very good at them, but the gameplay seems very difficult to me. Even on the story mode, I had a lot of trouble completing the missions, or I should say episodes. Even on story mode, I had a lot of trouble completing them. It could just be because I don't play a lot of stealth games, so I'm not practiced at them. But I was playing at the easiest difficulty, so you would think that on the easiest difficulty, even someone like me would be able to get through them. I am a professional gamer, after all. But I don't know. Could be my fault. Could be the game's overtuned. Just a little something that I noticed. It's very difficult. Surprisingly difficult. I don't want to say very difficult because I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that breeze through it and have no trouble. But surprisingly difficult for me. Now, I don't know if this comes up later in the game. and I just haven't gotten to it yet. But one thing I think is really missing from the game is some type of either base management or at least some way of choosing your squad between missions. The first few missions, at least, you are stuck with just 2 squad members, and you don't get to choose them. They get assigned for you. Like, in the first mission, you get Max and Ava. In the second one, you get your Jaffa friend and Ava. And then in the third one, you get two Air Force majors. One of them who's good at sneaking, and the other is the sniper. It would be nice to be able to choose these guys. Maybe you get to do that later. It would be nice to have some sort of base building as well. I guess that doesn't really fit with... Well, I mean, it could, because you've got Exogate Initiate, which is a very good game also that kind of is like Stargate meets Evil Genius. So it could be done. I guess it doesn't really fit this game, but I would like to see a Stargate game where you build the base and go on missions like this, and you can choose your squad and your gear setup and everything like that. I think that would be really cool. I do like the nice variety of abilities your squad mates have. They all do something a little bit different, so there's good variety there. So if you are a Stargate fan and you've been looking for a game, this could very well be it. We have really not had like any actual Stargate games that I can think of. I could be wrong, but I can't think of any. So this is kind of a first for me. Well, and I'm pretty happy about it. I have always thought that Stargate would make a great video game genre as well as the shows and movies and everything. The game is currently sitting on mixed reviews right now. I think a lot of them are due to performance. I didn't have a whole lot of performance issues. I did have a couple of crashes, but no like lag or anything like that for me anyway. And a lot of the reviews are people like not really understanding what the game is supposed to be. Like they didn't want to start a stealth game, but it's a stealth game, and they didn't want Stargate, but it's Stargate, etc., etc. So I don't think some of the reviews I don't think are fair, but some of them I do think are valid. So I would, if it were me, I would give it like a mostly positive. There are definitely things that could improve on, and I don't think it's enough content for the price right now. But it is still early, and they have already committed to doubling the amount of content in the game, so at least there is that. Now, they are calling the first 14 episodes, that's the 7 that are out now, and the 7 that are coming later in 2024, Season 1. So that leads me to believe that this is going to continue and there'll be more story. I guess it just depends on the price point for that, if that's going to be included in the price or if that's going to be DLC. I really do not like DLC. I think it's terrible. It's one of the worst things that's happened to gaming in my lifetime. But
sure thing.
It depends on the price point. If it's included free, then that's great. Then this game is definitely worth it, depending on how many episodes. If it's another 14 for another season, then definitely worth it. If it's another 14 for something cheap, like, I don't know, less than $5 or something like that, then maybe it'd be worth it. But if the Season 2 is another $30, then definitely not worth it.
We can't do that. Is there a problem?
So that's my take on it. It's fun gameplay, good atmosphere, good storyline, wrapped up with some little things to work on. But overall, I give it a positive. So if you like Stargate or you like stealth, give it a try.
Can we change?
The last thing I want to go over is the options menu here. I know like people like to see that, so let's take a quick look here in the settings. We've got gameplay with just some basic options here, like auto or save reminder. Save if you play this game. Save often. As I said, it was very difficult for me. Maybe not for you, but I do recommend saving often. This lets you see where you left items that you throw on the ground if you need to go pick them up. Patrol timer, edge scrolling. If you disable this, you'll have to scroll with WASD. Alternative controls. That's something I actually didn't see and might want to look at, because I found the controls a little bit confusing at first. I picked them up pretty quickly, but at first the way you click around was a little confusing to me. hide tutorials and disable subtitles. And then in controls, you can rebind pretty much everything, so that's good. I always like that. That's always good when the developers give you that option. Graphics, we've got display mode, resolution, VSync. Maximum frame rate appears to be disabled. I'm playing on graphics ultra for these videos, so if that gives you an idea of what it looks like on the highest settings. Bloom, I would probably turn off. And then we've got anti-aliasing, shadow quality, and volumetric fog. Interesting. Audio, just a couple sliders. That's really all you need. You can mute. Yeah, that's really all you need for volume. Master, music, sound effects, and voices. Language, we've got English, Polish, Dutch, French, Spanish, Portuguese, probably Russian, Chinese, and Japanese. Pretty good. And the 3 difficulty settings, we've got Story, which is what I've been playing on, and I still found it difficult. And if it's too easy for you, you can bump it up to normal. And then Hard Mode, an experience designed to challenge fans of the tactical stealth genre, and for those who want to feel like an SGC commander leading a secret operation with reduced supplies, aggressive enemies, and other challenges. You'll have to master your skills to get through the missions unscathed. I would love to hear if anyone can beat the missions on this difficulty. I would be very impressed. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're playing Stargate Timekeepers, let me know how you're enjoying it. Let me know if you have any questions about the game. I'll do my best to answer them. And we'll see you next time.
Let's go.